I was in the process of giving myself a pretty short haircut. I look actually pretty bald. So I'm not quite done, but I had to do this live stream because it's what we got to do. So my haircut looks terrible right now. Not done. Took a quick shower, came out, and I am ready for you guys. What is going on? Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so why don't we get right to it? Today is another Sunday, July 13th. It is 10:32 p.m. For you guys, what, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30-ish? Man, I look terrible like this. But the show must go on. So, today, Sunday, didn't go to a show. Still working on it. Didn't go to a show. Rested. Had to take care of stuff before. You're East Coast. Had to take care of stuff for my dog, pre-surgery, finding a hotel, taking care of all that stuff. I also had to edit a few photos for Undying Words. That is Aya, Kano the drummer, well, Aya the bassist, Kano the drummer, Eita the guitarist, and up until very, very recently, Kasumi the singer, who just left officially last week. So a letter was sent out. Very unfortunate because it was a band that I really love, and I think she was a fantastic singer. Pretty special. But yeah, they had a new singer come in yesterday. I'll get into that later. I wanted to start off with Band-Maid's show last night, which was at Toyosu Pit. Toyosu Pit, so I had tickets for it, but when I checked Google Maps, it was just a bit too far with a bit too much walking. And considering the fact that it involves traveling, walking, standing for a fair few hours, with my foot situation, I decided to go local and go to another store, go to another show that was just a few minutes away by bike in Shimokitazawa. But I was able to give my ticket away to someone who was visiting, and he said he had an absolute awesome time. So I'm more than happy that somebody else got to enjoy the show. And I don't know if any of you watching actually went, but this was the first show of the second round. The first round ended last month, and now we are into the second round. A few more shows left of this round, and then the final round, which is what, Club Cheetah, I think Osaka. Is it Namba Hatch? Possibly. I don't recall. I'd have to check. And then last is TGT, Tokyo Garden Theater, which I think a lot of you actually saw Band-Maid at. So with that said, let's get into the show. So Toyosu Pit, it's about 3,000. And I'll show you a few pictures that were posted from last night. Oops. So it's kind of cool if you take a look. They actually had, and it's almost like, how do you say, it angles out. So there's the middle screen, like it's like a banner basically. And then you have two on the side and then two more on the side, but they sort of start to like fan out, I guess you could say. So this song, I think if you're a Band-Maid fan, I think Alan Armour would know what song is being played. He's pretty good at trivia. Ellen, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to tell me what song is being played just by this picture. Or anybody else. Can you guess? I would imagine it's pretty obvious. You've got a globe in the center, black and white, red. And it's quiet. It's kind of quiet. And Nobody's commenting in the chat. No idea. Oh my gosh. Well, for me, this is obviously Domination. If you watch the music video, and just over the years, like whenever Domination is being played, they have the very iconic, hey, what's going on, Ronnie? Very iconic red, white, and then black iconography. So that is that. Here's another one. Judging by this picture and this banner, can you guess which song was also played last night? I'm a little disappointed, Ellen. So if you take a look at this photo, there's a question that goes across the banner that it's missing a little piece here and there, but what is justice? So the new song for Togen Anki, I believe, that's that song was played last night for the very first time before its distribution debut, which is coming up, I believe, on the 18th. Video as well, music video as well. And they give a little snippet of it, which I'll play for you guys very quickly. So yeah, what is justice? Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know why YouTube started doing this with the live stream, but they do flip it. And I've tried flipping it back, but to no avail. I apologize, guys. So I guess for you guys, it says, Suj si tao or something. All right. And then let's go on to a couple more photos. This one's pretty cool. It's always cool when they have a photo or they have the image of all the maids separately put up. I remember at Tokyo Garden Theater a couple of years ago when they had nonfiction days being played. They were singing it, and then I think at the chorus, it went into split screen with 5 of them, and then it was just mind blowing. Very visually, very, very effective, very powerful, and you know they are looming larger than life, and you feel like, oh, now they're getting close to who these maids really are. Especially, I think to a lot of people, they're just bigger than life. These rock stars, and so that's a really cool moment, I would imagine, at any given time when you see the maids that large right up in front of you. So good stuff. Good stuff. I don't know what song that was. And then just quick little view of just, it basically looks like a airport hangar, right? Yeah, so 3,000 standing. It looks like they have barriers between sections, which is great, I would imagine. So yeah, it was sold out, and I'm sure it was an awesome show. The color of the day, I believe it was orange. If I'm not mistaken, I think, yeah, it was, I'm pretty sure it was orange for last night. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, that's right. So Psyche is, it always does this when I try to go between screens and I put it like just a little bit off. So yeah, sporting the orange. I'm not sure what the orange is for. Is it the Tokyo Giants? Am I wrong? That I'm not sure about. So yeah, that they had the now infamous ultra-size poster. The poster itself got an upgrade with new images. And you're not going to be able to see it and even see it properly because it is mirrored, unfortunately. But there are images of a train. Obviously, that's a tribute to Psyche and her love. Another article for a coffee break, which is Mincho. Gorilla Banana. That's a tough one, Gorilla Banana. I'm not sure who that one is. Do you guys? Yeah, so obviously Akane. An airplane with the bow on the back. 5-string on the rocks whiskey, which is obviously Misa. And then Clupo Custom Service. Yeah, so you basically had a decked out car. I forgot which one it is with just Clupo, so that's Miku. Yeah, so the second round, Toyosu Pit was yesterday. Hokkaido's in a couple of weeks. Then Kumamoto a week after that. Then Fukuoka the day after that. And then on the 8th and 9th of August is Aichi at Diamond Hall. So for second round, it is 6 shows. That's a 6 show. Sorry, 6 shows. Check the website, Eddie Tour News. I'm telling you now what the news is. So yeah, 6 shows for the second round, and then the last 3 for the final round are Osaka Namba Hatch, October 24th. Week after that, Club Cheetah, which is in Kanagawa. Club Cheetah, some of you may know, I've been talking about Club Cheetah since last year when Hades played there, one of my favorite bands. And then more recently, Dim Rays performed there, another band that I really love and support this year, just like a month and a half ago or so. And then, the girls will be there November 1st. And then December 7th is Tokyo Garden Theater. So they will stay here. There is no new news. So you were asking about news as far as other places. None of that. And it does seem as though they will be staying in country because it is already July. Had they any plans of touring outside of Japan, they probably would have announced it already. Unless there's some random festival or show like towards the end of the year, which has happened. I believe, was it the end of 22 or the end of 23? Do you guys remember end of 22 or 23? That one random show in Hong Kong, right? That was pretty random. It was just, I think somebody just put up some money and said, "Hey, come over." They said, "We'll be right there." And so that closed out. I believe it was the 22. Yeah, 22. A new COVID? No. I don't think it's COVID. They have reasons, but we don't know exactly what those are. Okay. So let's go into the set list. All right. So there were changes made, particularly with the medley. They changed it up quite a bit. It's pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting medley. Now, I have said that Band-Maid medleys are not my thing because I need to hear a Band-Maid song from beginning to end. Yes, they definitely profited. I'm sure they always do. But there are issues of going into the States. Generally, I don't want to get too much into this. They generally shouldn't have any trouble because they do have the finances. But for whatever reason, they just decided not to tour the States this year. It may have to do with the visa issues that have been going on. The visa process has become a little bit more strict, but also a little bit more random as well. And because of the haphazard nature of things, and depending upon when they applied to or tried to come over, maybe they didn't get it in time. But that's only conjecture. I have no idea. So, yeah. So I can't really say. They have their reasons. Okay, going into the set list for last night. It was for the most part the same in terms of the rest of the list. It really was that medley pocket that really was changed up like completely, which is really cool because there's songs that I absolutely love and adore. And but again, I'm not a fan of Band-Maid medleys because I need to hear the entire song. The first time that I saw them do a medley was at Liquid Room, ABC Liquid Room earlier this year. I think it was in February. And I was excited because I knew the songs that were going to be played, but when I actually heard it in real time and how they would start and then they would cut it off, it just, uh, it, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I felt blue balled, um, just because like I need to hear a Band-Maid song from beginning to end, like from the very first note to the very last. It doesn't. I just can't. The songs themselves, of course, I love them. I love them, but stringing them together, it kind of like you dip your toes a little bit in the water, but it's kind of like being able to only dip your toes in some cool water on a scorching hot day, and that's all you get to do, you know? So it's just not enough. That's me. Your mileage may vary, and that's fine. So okay, let's go into the songs. Zen, Unleash, Domination. These are all songs that were played previously. Then they had Protect You, Forbidden Tale, Toi et Moi, Play, which is always a great addition to any set list. And then in the eighth spot was the medley. Now, these songs, I love all of them individually. Strung together, I don't know. It, but here are the songs. Amazing songs, all of them. Secret My Lips, Blooming, Rene, HGK, Black Hole, Warning. Can you imagine hearing Warning for like 30 seconds and then being cut off? Why? And again, incredible song, but only having like a small section of it. Influencer, Glory, and Show Them. So one more time. Secret My Lips, Blooming, Rene, HGK, Black Hole, Warning, why, Influencer, Glory, and Show Them. I would say probably at least 5 of these songs are in my top 20. Um, but yeah, that just that just wouldn't work. Okay, then you have Brightest Star, Get to the Top, Don't You Tell Me, Always Wonderful, Hate, Shambles, Choose Me. Choose Me really is sort of just their staple song. At one point, I thought that it was Alone, but then as time passed, it seemed as though it sort of transferred over to Choose Me and it stayed that way. Yeah. And then there was an MC time, and then bam, What is Justice? Which is again, it's very surprising because it was play. Well, is it surprising? Because the maids do, or they have in the past played other songs prior to any music video or distribution. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's really that surprising, but they did play What is Justice. So those who attended last night got to hear it for the first time, which I'm sure was great for them. And then another MC time. Then the last spurt closed out with Screaming, No God, Tamaya, and Ready to Rock. And Ready to Rock definitely has been rocking a lot of people based on the anime and the attention that it's gotten along with the song itself. So yeah, 19 songs, but again, the medley takes up like I'm sure a fair portion as well. So what do you guys think? I'm curious. Some of you already mentioned the medleys wouldn't work for you. They don't work for me. But how about for some others? How does that work for you? So yeah, that was no medley. Yeah. And as far as the EP, so I think I did mention last week, they are done with recording and the production. So I'm guessing it'll come out, let's see. So November 1st is when they are releasing the analog, the vinyl versions of Unseen World, uh, Unseen World, Unleash, Epic Narratives as well. Yeah, because they did do it for Conqueror. So those 3 are now being distributed November 1st. So I would imagine it'll be before then. But it's already July, August, September, October. I'm gonna guesstimate September, October is when they will release the EP. but it seems a bit slow. I would have thought they would have like announced it already. So because they did say they were shooting for summer, so then that rules out October unless they changed plans. So let's say September. Safe place, September. Okay. So yeah, that was the Maids last night, Toyosu Pit, the very first show of their second round. Um, I will not be seeing them again until Club Cheetah, which is in November. So it's going to be quite a few months. But I have mentioned previously I will be undergoing surgery for my foot after over a year of just dealing with a lot of crap with my foot. What's going on, David? Um, so next week, not this coming week, but next week, I will be having surgery, and that will put me out of commission for at least a couple of months, potentially 3 months. So yeah, what's going on, Chris? Um, so yeah, 3 months. I'll probably be able to start attending shows again in October. I really should not. Um, Thank you. I really should not try to go to shows earlier, and that's gonna take a lot of willpower because I'm gonna be like, oh, it feels better, um, but I have to be careful. So yeah, I kind of figured you meant surgery. So yeah, guys, please wish me luck, and hopefully things will be much better, and I'll be able to run around and frolic in the fields and do ballet again, and work on those somersaults like I always do. So yeah. Okay, so instead of attending Band-Maid show, which would have taken quite a few hours, going there, waiting, standing in line, being in the venue for an hour before the show started, then 2 hours straight, then another hour of coming back. Um, all of that, I decided I would go to a more local show, but still a fantastic show. So just to let you know that we are now heading into the indie rock metal scene, which I have been heavily into the past couple of years. If you're not interested, you can go, totally fine. But I do encourage you to stay because I may bring up some bands that you may look up and go, holy shit, this is some amazing stuff. So I do hope you guys just kind of stick around, you know? This channel definitely has evolved, it's grown, and I'm really just trying to stay true to that line always sticks in my head from the song Smile by Band-Maid, where Saiki sings and Miku wrote, Hajimari wa chisai dream story. So in the beginning, it was just a small dream story. And from that to being where the Maids are now and to who knows where they will be, I feel the same way with these smaller bands. I just really want to help these bands, promote these bands, and expose them to you guys so that you guys can experience something new and great, but also that those bands themselves will go further than maybe they possibly couldn't without myself or Ryan or any other number of reactors and people who are in this scene. Okay, so the show that I attended was called the Metamorphose Festival. The Metamorphose Festival, it has usually been at this one venue called Shimokitazawa Mosaic. Possibly because there's a lot of venues in this area. Shimokitazawa is probably the one place where you rarely see old people. It's a very young crowd, it's a very young scene. Oh, well, okay, let me take that back. Where you don't really see old people except for the people who are going to see these shows, if that makes sense. So, it's a very young scene, it's a very young area, it's very hip, a lot of vintage, like secondhand stores. There's a Burger King which I attend quite often. Yes, like you, Ellen. And like me too. Just yeah. Anyway, moving on. There's a pretty popular venue called Shimokitazawa Mosaic. It's really not that much of a place, that much of a venue. I mean, it looks slightly run down, especially when you actually go downstairs into the venue. Um, the curtain that's in front of the stage between the fans and the stage, it just looks like it was there since like the 90s. But yeah, there were, let's see, 12 performances. 12 performances, including an opening act. I don't know who she is exactly, but let me first run through the artists, the bands that performed, and then I will go into the ones that I saw, because it was a whole day affair. It started from like 12 p.m. and it went until 10 p.m. And I didn't want to do that either. So, okay, it was Ai Sagasu Eyeshadow, some of you may know, Akara, Undying Words, who I went there for, and I went as a guest for, which is great because I just pay the drink fee and I can go in. Emanon, was it Rika? Darn it, forget her name, but she's been singing with Impact, Yukina Impact. Darn it, forgot that trio. Okay, the number zero, Disconnect Sandrillion, My Little Devil, Mellows, Lumerize, Roman Squall, and the opening act was Mira. So I know, or I had heard of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I knew of 10 of these acts, and I'm sure they were all worth watching. However, I decided from the get-go, again, for the sake of my foot and to get other work done, again, especially in terms of like finding stuff for my surgery and then for my dog and doing all that research, I would only go to see certain bands that I enjoyed. So in the very beginning, let's go into the time schedule. So I went first to go see My Little Devil. My Little Devil, it's a three-piece with a support guitarist. And with My Little Devil, um, they're a really awesome live band. I don't know if you've listened to their music. The most recent music video, it's done pretty well. It's called Answer. And I heard that live for the first time yesterday, and it was amazing. It was great, a great song. Like I loved it. But BB, the singer, Yui, the bassist in particular, those two are just like wild. Like what they get into it, they get down. Like they're full on rockers. So wonderful job. No, Mikhail from Ancient Myth. Fathomless Skywalker is Chihiro. Wrong person. Um, so yeah, so My Little Devil, it's a fantastic band. I would recommend that you check out their music video Answer. It's a great song, but live they're so good. They're so good. They had for a while they had a support guitarist Hiroka, but she hasn't been with them for a while. So they have this new guy. I don't know his name, but he's great. He's a fantastic guitarist. So for My Little Devil, I definitely recommend that you guys check them out if you have not yet. And let me just go a little bit into this so this will help you guys kind of connect. Let's see here. Yeah, they're a fun band. They're pretty cute. So yeah, My Little Devil, Len is the drummer. She always has a mask on. I so desperately badly want to see what she looks like under that mask. Like, is it just like skull and bones? Like, what is it? BB, the singer, and then Yui, the bassist. Forget his name. Let's see if they have it listed here. Probably somewhere. But yeah, really fun live band. If you have not seen them, I encourage you to go see them. listen to their song, answer. It's great. So I saw them, and then I ended up seeing Mellows, um, which is one of my personal favorites since last year. Let's see here. Is there a group shot? Group shot, group shot. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. This is actually not from last night. I was surprised. So these are their new outfits that they showed off at their one man a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, they're cool. But they actually wore their older outfits, um, which, let's see. I guess individually I can show it to you. Oop. So this is Mio. She is originally a PASPO member, which is like more idol. This is her usual outfit that she plays on stage. Yeah, Mellows is great live. Um, and as much as I love Gina, when it comes to Mellows, seeing Sally live up close is just wondrous. Like it's very magical. It's like you're going to Disneyland. If Disneyland was a hot female guitarist who was beautifully violent and violently beautiful. Like the way that she plays, how intense she is, um, it's just cool. Like you're not gonna find many guitarists play like her. You will find guitarists who are technically better than her, who probably know more theory, because she says herself that she doesn't really play by like theory and like all these different types of scales and like modes. But goddamn, like when she gets into it, like there are very few guitarists like that, and it's pretty wondrous. So this is Gina. She's also part of The Frail, which is the band I'm also supporting. Another band called ASMR, and she does some solo stuff. Yeah, no worries at all, man. So yeah, Gina, and then Sally. Yeah. A great moment was that when the curtains opened and I was probably like second row-ish, way off on the side. Curtains open, she's standing there, like she kind of has this really just like, what's up kind of look. And then she kind of saw me, she kind of gave me a nod and smiled. And I was like, hey, thanks. It's nice. It's nice. Um, Fantastic job. I was actually surprised though because they didn't have either of their two usual support drummers. One is Kantan, who I'm close to, really cool guy who plays for a ton of other bands. The other drummer, I don't know his name, but he's usually always there. So there's a new guy. He did fine. It didn't quite have as heavy and like as big of a sound as it usually does, but he did do a good job. So fantastic. Love their music, love their performance. I will always recommend that if you're going to a mellow show that you stand as close as you can to Sally. That's my take. But I know that everyone has their own oshi, their own sort of favorites. So I went for the two of them, my little devil mellows, came back home, worked on stuff, and then later on in the evening, I went back. So as much as I would have loved to have seen the other bands that were there, Roman Skull was a band I don't know. Emanon I've seen twice. Disconnect Centrillion, I've seen their name floating around all the time, but have not heard them. And then Rika something, forgot. The number 0 as well. They play, I'm sure they're more metalcore because they play with bands like Dim Rays or Gangire. So then I went starting with the last three bands. Ice Hagase Eyeshadow, whom I last saw at Mosaic last year sometime, and I don't recall exactly when. I think it was summer. And then Undying Words, and then Lumerize. So let's see here. Nope. Yeah, Ice Hagase Eyeshadow. They definitely have some popularity, I think especially due to their singer, Yukina. Which the band really, I guess, is mostly her, but she also summer. So this is Yukina. Really cool chick. Talked to her last year. First time I saw them was at Jungfrau, and they are now called Amagoi, who just had their first show a couple days ago. But I saw her perform at their last show as Jungfrau. So interesting blend of like club beats. It's interesting because when I say like club beats, there's different types of club beats, right? There's different types of like dance. So a certain type of club beat, a certain type of like really just like vibrant, energetic music, along with rock, but along with pop. So, but even pop, right? I mean, there's such a broad range of artists. So saying that, just keep in mind that there's all different kinds of pop, all different kinds of rock, all different kinds of dance club music. So yeah, Aisaka's Eyeshadow, I like them well enough. Let's see here. Here's it's one of their new songs. Came out 2 months ago. So this song's a lot more pop, right? So they range quite soft to quite hard to like quite groovy with the beats and stuff. She definitely has a range. She's a fun performer. There you go. Yeah, this is a good song. This is a good song. So yeah, it's called Excuse Room. Yeah, that's great. Character, right? Their first music video as Amagoi. Yeah, I mean, they were great as Jungfrau, and I'm sure they'll be great as Amagoi. I was sad I couldn't attend their show on Friday, but work. So sometimes that happens. Hopefully, I'll see them again. I remember saying that I did want to interview them as Jungfrau, and they're like, "Oh, we were going to kind of take a hiatus, so maybe next time." But with my foot surgery and all that stuff, I don't know. This year it's been kind of interviewless. It's been tough, and I think with like a lot of photography. But anyway, going on. So that is Aisaga's Eyeshadow. They have an interesting blend and mix of different genres. But you know, according to the artist, according to the album, according to the song, right? Because even that happens. Like I like this song on this album or these few songs. Remember back in the day where you had to buy the entire album and like you had to go, oh, I like 2 songs out of 12. But they're really good songs, those two. So you just listen to those two and you just kind of rewind it. Those are the good old days. So Aisaga's Eyeshadow, I enjoyed them. I will also say, so after that was Undying Words. Undying Words is really unfortunate because they did lose Kasumi. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. So, Undying Words came out basically end of last year. It was Aya's project, the bassist, whom I had known earlier because she had performed on the same bill as Hades, and I took photos for her then. That's how we got connected. And then she's really sweet. So then after I took photos for her like a few times, she's like, oh, anytime you want to attend one of our shows, just let me know. Kasumi, the singer, Kano, the drummer, whom I knew with Dim Rays, incredible drummer, so much fun to watch, so much fun. And then Eita, whom I had seen a few years back at Osaka. And I thought their EP, Raven in the Abyss, was amazing. Incredible singer, amazing band. I had only seen them. They just had, you know, their second sponsored show. Like, when was it? Like a month ago. Yeah, like a month ago. And then we got hit with the news that Kasumi, the singer, was leaving. She had issues with singing, just I think health wise, but also I think direction wise as well. I don't know all the details. I haven't asked. I don't want to. I don't want to pry. So yeah, she announced her departure last week. Um, and it's a shame because she had a very distinct, unique voice, which I really, really liked. So what happened is that yesterday, in place of her, is a singer who's also popular in her own right. Is I don't know if it's Michal or Mikal. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. But she is the lead singer for a band called Ancient Myth, whom I saw 2 years ago with Saiseiga. It was a two-man. Um, Her singing, it's a bit more symphonic, operatic. It's a lot more strong. I think with Kasumi, Kasumi had a way of sort of like weaving a bit more. There's a bit more nuance and fluidity with the way that she sang. Um, and although I had a preference, and I do have a preference for Kasumi, she came in last minute. Yeah, very powerful voice. She held her own. Um, there were some technical difficulties in the very beginning, and there were moments because these songs are relatively new, and she was at very last minute. So she did end up like missing out on certain spots to sing, which was unfortunate but understandable completely. And it was still an awesome time. So I did take photos for them yesterday, and oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, completely understandable. It's yeah. I don't know. So yeah, I was happy to support them. I was happy to support. Here are a few photos that were taken by the official photographer last night. So Mikal, Michal, I'm not sure, Eita, and then there's no separate photo of the drummer, but Kano. So let's see here. I will kind of show you a couple of sneak peeks of photos that I took. Yeah, actually, I'll put these into. But yeah, Kano's adorable. She's an adorable drummer. Probably the cutest picture. I think this is a cute picture of Kano. So yeah, great drummer, so much energy. She has so much fun. And that's the thing as a performer, when you have a lot of fun, it just exudes, it just like pours out into the crowd. And it just really like gets those endorphins going. So she's a fantastic drummer. Again, a hell of a lot of fun to watch. I think one of the best to watch, to be honest. So, and then here's a picture of Michal right there. Let's see. Oh, this was a cool one of Kano. I like. So I like that one actually quite a bit. Let's see here. Where's a good one of Eita? There's one right there. Ada has such a great sense of melody. And she's definitely got a producer's ear because she doesn't overdo it with her guitar. Like she does exactly what's right for the song and doesn't just try to like do too much, which I love. And then Aya on bass, total sweetheart. Total sweetheart. And then let's see here. Yeah. So when she gets to play her own with her own amp, it's got this tiger print on it that looks really amazing. But yeah, super sweet. Super sweet girl. Okay, so that is Undying Words, and then I will get to the last band of the night, which is Lumerize. And I believe it's my third time seeing them. I believe it's my third time. But every time I see them, I have such a good time. Such a good time. And to be completely honest, it's really because of their lead singer. Did they play Baddiness? Yes, they did. Let's see, here's the set list. So they did Crazy Circus, Shooter, what is this? Golden something, I can't read that. Resolver, Ritsu Gobari Nai, Baddiness, and then Mikanse Life, Incomplete Life, Unfinished Life. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. And again, really because of Kokomi. She's something. Yeah. Anything that you've seen of them on music videos is not even close. Like nothing. In the same way that I'll say this about a band like Hades, you have zero idea what these bands are capable of doing and how they can kind of infect your soul until you see them live. Like the way that switches are turned on and the electricity, the currency that is generated from these performers once they are in front of a live audience, it's insane. It's really wild. So when I watch, again, because Hades, their music video for Extreme, which is awesome. If you have not seen it, go see it. Hades, Extreme. I had their CDs. Here, is this one of them? Yes, Hades, Extreme, and Blackout, which will become available to you because so many people were asking for it. But when you catch a band like Hades live, I mean, it's mind-blowing. It's legit mind-blowing. I'll tell you, the first time and the second time, probably third time, that was when I was just a fan and I was like trying to get as close as possible to the stage as I could. The fire that is started, my body temperature jumped at least 10 degrees. At least 10 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's a few degrees Celsius. I'm still not good at that, even after all these years. It's white hot, and you just go numb, and you go blank, and you just become this music zombie slave. You're just tied to to performance. It's incredible. And Hades is a band that does that for me. But I will say that when I see Lumerize, again, particularly with this girl, don't get me wrong, their guitarist, their bassist, their drummer, they're fun and they have a lot of energy too. But this girl is the absolute cherry on top that just makes everything incredible. I kid you not. She's got this sort of loose, wild, I don't give a shit, fuck you attitude that can just completely flip a show just because of her attitude. It's incredible. Like the way that she laughs and just has fun and is just like, she's basically like this little kid. Like you imagine a little kid running around just knocking shit down and just like jumping around and doing whatever they want to and just having a blast. Like that is who she is on stage. She's one of the few female singers. There are those out there, but she's one of the very few who doesn't care about crowd surfing and being like, touched by guys and old men. Because, other girls, they kind of don't like that. But she's like, fuck it. And she just goes for it all the time. Um, super, super fun. And again, it like she has that X factor. Like when I see her, I'm like, oh God, rock star. Like she has a performance that just blows me away every single time. Out of the band, like she's the one I'm like, okay, what is she gonna do next? What will she do? And she's one of those performers where like the other members are like, what is she doing? Wait, what is she doing? They're just watching her like, okay, I hope you don't get hurt. I hope things will be all right. There's that sort of performance. And I think in Japan, even though the music is awesome, there is a certain conservative quality. There is a certain tameness to the way that they do things. Like they'll kind of go this far, and they'll push it, and they'll kind of like. But she's one of the ones where you're like, you're not quite sure. Will she? Like, how far will she go? Which is kind of cool. There's a dangerous aspect, which is kind of fun, I think, at any given show. That's me. I don't know how you guys are, but she's super cool. That's all I can say. I told her that the last time I saw her. I said, "You're pretty incredible. Like are so cool, and man, you're fun as hell." Uh, uh yeah. So if you guys get a chance, do check out Lumerize. They did come out with a new music video, which I think is doing pretty well, right? Let's see here. Yeah, so they've been coming out with quite a few videos. Um, so yeah. Let's see, let's listen to a little bit. I will say that some of their music isn't like totally my thing. It's not like I love it, but the performance just like blows me away. Yeah, I think if they do it right, if they're managed right, and if they make the right connections, I feel like they can go somewhere. Um, yeah, performance-wise, again, musically, I think not all of their music totally works for me. Um, I like things with a little bit more grit generally. Um, but just because of Kotomi, like, yeah, like she's super awesome, super awesome. So I really did enjoy the shows, performances that I saw yesterday. It was unfortunate that I had to miss a little bug flying, that I did have to miss Band-Maid, but I mean, I'm not, like I've seen Band-Maid 20 plus shows like over the years, and went in like deeper than most people ever will. I kid you not. Um, so yeah, it's fine to miss a show, but I'm super grateful that I get a chance to see these bands. Um, Hiro Tajima of J Rock Tours was there. For any of you guys who ever do visit Japan and you want sort of a more in-depth experience of these indie shows, hit him up, J Rock Tours. He's available like on Airbnb. He's on Twitter X as well. He's on Instagram as well. But I think the easiest is just to Google it. J Rock Tours. Hiro, not Hiro, Hero, Hiro, Tajima. But he had a family over, and they were enjoying the show a lot too. So we were talking for a bit. I told them about Band-Maid because they said, "Oh yeah, we listen to Japanese music." I was like, "Do you know Band-Maid?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "How do you not know Band-Maid? You have to listen to Band-Maid." So hopefully they listened to Band-Maid, but they were having an awesome time seeing these bands. And they're bands that some of you guys will never ever hear of, unless people, not bragging, but unless people like myself or Ryan or whoever else is out there, just sharing this kind of music. So some of us enjoy that. Like I definitely used to love going to the record store and just playing like bands, albums I didn't know about, listening to stuff, and discovering new music. I was like, oh, this is an awesome one. Oh, I don't think anybody knows about this song or this band, and sharing it the next day with somebody else. So yeah, it's a great opportunity. Like it's awesome friendship building. It crosses a lot of bridges, and I think in this day and age, where a lot of bridges are being burnt, where a lot of bridges are being blown up, like literally and figuratively, I feel like music is an amazing opportunity to rebuild or to build, to connect. Um, and I'll be honest, I definitely have my views, I have my values, I have my voice, but I believe so strongly in trying to maintain the humanity and the love and the kindness and the goodness that there is amongst us, and trying to hold on dearly for that. Sometimes it's such a fight to continue like loving and caring. And I feel like music, and Japanese music specifically, like with where I'm at, it really does help so much. And I'm grateful for it every day. So I even started singing this. I came up with a song called Tokyo. Um, and I have the chorus like right now, and I'm kind of shaping that song, just kind of express how I feel about this whole experience. So yeah. There is a record store day. I forget what and when exactly and how it goes. But yeah, that is there actually. I'm pretty sure. Um, so yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, the Bad Trip video is awesome. That's a great music video. Okay, all right, guys. Yeah. Um, let's see then. I think that's it for now. I don't think you can see it from there, but I have all these tabs open for like pet sitting and dog walking, and I still haven't quite figured out everything for my post-surgery for my dog and stuff. So it's gonna be, I'm stressing still, guys. So I appreciate the encouragement and the constant support. It helps me out a lot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out from here unless you guys have questions. Yes, Brideer did head off to Spain. Um, oh, I'll show you a video of why Ayumi is one of my favorites. Sorry. Thanks for bringing that up. She's great. So they're in the studio. Ayumi has a couple of cats. Haru, their bassist, is trying to pick off the cat hairs. And then she's doing a bit too much of it. Yeah. So super cool, super cool, super fun. Super happy that they're being able to perform outside of Japan. And yeah, hopefully things will work out next year so they can head back to or go to the States. How are you gonna help me out, Alan? Tell me, lay out a plan for me. How are you gonna help me out? Um, One other thing that I do want to share, which is really cool, so happy for her, is Rana. Um, she is a bassist who she is a bassist who has played with so many different bands. Uh, Dramatic and Shoujo S Akara. What was the other one? Yes, and there's another one. But she has officially joined as an official member of Yes and. So she went from a supporting member, supporting bassist, to an official bassist, which is great. Uh, I keep on saying this, but but the majority of people I interact with, musicians, they are super sweet. There are a few who I don't quite connect with, who just seem a little bit too to themselves, or I don't know what it is, but she's definitely not one of them. She's super cool, chill, super sweet, very kind. Um, she always has a glove, which is kind of unique. Um, I guess she doesn't want those calluses, but she's got such a smooth touch. Um, yeah, good stuff, good stuff. So that's Lana, Laana, the bassist. Oh, and let's play this very, very quickly before I head out. Band-Maid is performing at Summer Sonic, the festival, on the 16th of August. But yes, what is justice? There are promotional things going out right now. Yes, Miku did attend the Anime Expo on July 6th. She went and she came back. And let's find that clip. Here we go. So just a short snippet of what is justice. That's it. What is justice? It is playing the entire song. That's what justice is. Yeah. Yep. That is it. So yeah, bands that I definitely do recommend: My Little Devil, Mellows, Isagasa Eyeshadow. They're a fun band. I don't think I like them quite as much as some other people that I've talked to and that I've seen, but they're still a great band, a lot of fun. Live-wise, it's really great stuff. And then, of course, Undying Words and Lumerize. But all the bands that were listed on that show, for those of you who are aware of it, I mean, it's pretty hard to miss. I was talking to that family last night when they were there. It's just like, they're all so good. And I'm like, yeah, they are. It's like our minimum, our bar for musicians, like elsewhere, is so low compared to Japan. Like, it's just, you know, it's crazy. It's just so crazy how high the bar is for even just the minimum of musicianship. So yeah, it's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. So always grateful that I am here in Tokyo. Always grateful that I can be a part of the scene. And unfortunately, I will be holed up in my house for a bit and unable to attend shows. My last show will be next week for Natsuo, the bassist of The Frail and Venus. They have a two-man show in the afternoon, I believe at Anti-Knock, where it will be The Frail and Gangire, which are two bands I love to support, which are incredible bands. And I hope you check them out. Oh, and then their EP will be available. That's right. The Frail will have, here, let me show this. Okay, this is the last thing. So they released a new artist photo, which is really cool. Happy for them for that. It's always kind of a big deal for them to change their look, to change their outfit. I think it's kind of expected with like Band-Maid. You know, every year there's something different. With other bands, it takes a bit longer. They may not have the finances for that. But yeah, The Frail, Arisa, guitarist, Ray, vocalist, Natsuo, bassist, and then Gina, who also plays for Mellows. But yeah, this is the show. So it will be at Shinjuku Antinock, The Frail, and Gangire, which is great. That'll be like a lot of new, yeah, there are a lot of new outfits these days. That'll be a great show. And then, oh, I don't actually know if they have a cover. Oh, this is actually really cool. Was that Toko Saiseiga? She was support for them, which she's done before, even as Bad Bubbles. So, but yeah, Toko is an awesome drummer, awesome person. Gosh, where is the album announcement? Okay, I guess it was just announced. There wasn't any album cover, but yeah, it will be available. The EP. Called Dual Nature, which is really cool. I'm happy for them for that. So, yeah. Okay, guys. If there are any last minute questions or comments before I head out, I'll hang tight. And then once I'm done with this, I'm going to finish cutting my hair as properly as I can, but I still don't quite look right. There we go. That does the look. Oh yeah, you guys have all your other I feel so used. Like I'm just one of your French girls. Just one of them out of the many. That doesn't really do it, does it? People do this, but usually people who are much younger and it suits them and their generation. This doesn't do it for me at all. Okay, it seems like there's no questions. So as I mentioned, I think the last show will be next week with The Frail and Gangire. There are definitely other shows that are coming up. I'll be missing Bright Deer. I'll be missing Band-Maid. I'll be missing Dim Rays, The Frail, Hades, Let It Out. I mean, God, it hurts. My heart hurts, but if my foot stops hurting, then it will all have any festivals. Oh shit, that's festivals like big festivals. There is a small festival for August 9th at a place called Club Sita in Kichijoji. That's with Dim Rays, Frail, Kilt Meltland, Palineo, Dizzy Metal. Yeah, some pretty damn good bands. Oh, sorry. My cable. Hold on, let me check on that real quickly. Darn it, who has it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's really a day festival. Smaller bands, Club Sita. This is in Kichijoji, but yeah, The Frail, Kakume Meroic, My Little Devil, Undying Words, Ice Hagasa Eyeshadow, Dim Rays, Dizzy Metal, Lumerize, Kilt Meltland, and Palineo. It's more of sort of the younger bands, only by a few years, but there's a difference. You can feel that. There's sort of a generational music difference. So this is slightly skewing on the younger bands that have come out, but these are all amazing bands. A lot of them did perform yesterday, right? Lumerize play, My Little Devil, Undying Words, Isaga's Eyeshadow. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy. It's from 12 o'clock until 9:30. Some fantastic bands. Yeah, fantastic bands. So other than that, there are probably other things, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I really want to attend a show that is September 27th. with Haiti, Sai Sega, My Little Devil, My Dantodai, and this older band called Galmet, which is sort of a reunion. They were around a while back, but they haven't been playing, and they are coming back together for the show because it is the 15th year anniversary of Mikio, who is the manager of Crescendo. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much my recovery will keep me from. So, but I do have to recover. So, yeah. Okay, that's all that I can offer right now at the moment. Um, yeah, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for always hanging around and listening to me. Just yeah, it's an amazing show. So maybe there's a live stream for that. I don't know. Let me see. Nothing listed for a live stream, so I don't think there will be. And I would imagine it's still going to be a pretty small venue, even though there's like all these bands. So there's really only like a couple of bands who are inside the venue at a time, and then they all sort of come later. They're not all just there the whole day and hanging out. But yeah, just fantastic show, fantastic show. But unfortunately, I will have to miss that. So what can you do? All right, guys, I will leave it at this. Thank you guys so much. I'm sure I will see some of you guys somewhere else. And yeah, thank you so much just for caring. And I hope you guys do keep on discovering new music, enjoying new music, supporting the musicians, and just yeah, hope just getting that music out there, right? And just helping these bands to just get to places that they couldn't without us. So we matter. We the fans matter. So okay guys, I will see you again. This has been Peter from MNN. Talk to you, see you somewhere sometime soon. Ah, and don't forget, we do have Hato shirts to help support the channel and myself with this journey. Thank you. Subscribe, turn on notifications. Bye. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Lowell, for hanging out. Bye. Later, Chris.